Mike, check this out. Check this out.
Ah, look at that. Mr. Tony Dreammaker is live again on the True Living Show. What's going on,
Check it out.
everybody? How you guys doing? We're going to let everybody tune in here. So, hey, guys. My name is Michael Peluso. I am the founder of True Living, and it is a great honor. It is a phenomenally great honor to welcome some of the most amazing people in my life onto this show so that you guys can learn from them and be contributed to. You know, the theme of our Anthony, mute yourself. There we go. The theme of our show today is remarkable contribution. You know, it's about building a team. It's about bringing your dream into the world and creating a dream team. And what better way to share that and explain it and love you guys, the people that are watching, than by sharing with you my dream team. And when I say my dream team, I don't mean that in a hierarchical way. I think that we all just turn around and call this our dream team. So it's really kind of an honor to seek this conversation because you guys are going to be amazing. I've actually got just about the entire team backstage right now. Every one of you guys, and I could speak to them right now, but I'm not going. I'm going to say, you guys, if you're out there and you're building a business, you owe it to yourself to solve a problem in the world. And if you're playing the game of solving a big enough problem, you're going to have the opportunity to work with amazing people. So hopefully today's conversation will not only spark interest inside of your business, inside of your lifestyle, it motivates you to take action, but it's going to begin to seed the idea of, you know, maybe some next steps that you could take to grow your business and who inside of your life that may be available in and with, right? The future of your business is going to be built on the relationships that you build today. So Anthony Doty, the dream maker himself, right? Tony, how are you doing, brother?
I'm excited, brother. I'm excited. I'm sorry if there's a little wind in the background. I will keep muting. I am at beautiful St. Pete's Beach right now. Absolutely gorgeous right now, right on the Gulf Coast in Florida. And I cannot wait to introduce the world to our entire team. Very, very excited, my brother.
No, right? I mean, and the thing is, Anthony, these guys are behind the scenes on a weekly basis, making things happen and changing the lives of other people. You know, I mean, if you haven't had a chance to show up on one of our Wednesday night tribe meetings, you know, these guys go in the back. They serve people. They are not only do they show up and serve people, but they're in the front lines. When somebody's got a breakdown, they're having conversations. When somebody's succeeding, they're the ones that are behind it, you know? And not only are they doing that here inside of the True Living Tribe, but each one of them has a business that's growing and thriving and spent years and years contributing to people in those ways. So I think that today couldn't be a better opportunity to really just begin an incredible conversation. I mean, what are you thinking, man? Should we start getting out here?
I say the same thing, man. You know, I say it's long overdue to have a really deep dive and introduce the tribe and the original tribe members, so to speak. We have a tribe that's growing every day. You know, we're into the hundreds now, but these guys are the core leaders. There's no doubt about it. Without them, we would not have our organization. So excited to introduce them to the world.
Amen. Amen. So what I'm going to do is, I guess the first person that we would have to introduce, and guys, there's a lot of them back there. You're going to want to stay on so you see every single person. Each one of these guys extremely skilled in their unique gift. So bear with me because it's going to take a minute to get everybody out here, but it will be worth the wait. I think we've got to start off. I don't know, man. What do you think? I say we pull out Trevor. What do you think?
I say let's start with Trevor, man. He's definitely the backbone. Oh, he is. Here he is. What's up, Trev?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Hey, man. How are you?
Thanks for having me on here. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here.
So Trevor, I want to speak a little bit about your superpower, man. I mean, so for those of you guys who haven't had an opportunity to meet Trev, he is my executive assistant. He's the COO of the organization. He's phenomenal at numbers, studied at Penn State business school. But Trev, let me ask you, man, what are you doing here, man? Like what attracted you to True Living? What do you see? What have you personally gotten out of it? What do you see it doing in the world? I mean, give us an idea of what your story is around this context.
So basically what really caught my attention when I met you, Michael, last year was just like the community that you have with all these people that we have in this like Facebook online. We have them on the Zooms. We have them on in person sometimes. And just like, I think it's really important to have somewhere you can go where it's like you have that connection. You know, no one's going to be judging you. people understand you too. Like myself, I went through a lot the last couple of years with like my health. I had a leaky gut problem at college, and it led me to like want to get healthy, like with my health, like my body, my mindset. And I went through like a pretty massive like spiritual awakening, I would say, where I began to meditate a lot, and like no one really understood what I was going through. And just like when I met you and this group of people, like everyone's just awesome, and just like the energy is amazing, and just like you can't put a price on people. You really can't put a price on like that connection that you can have with people. And it means so much. Like, 'cause I've been there, not only having like no friends that get me, having like people think I'm like weird or crazy and stuff. And just coming here to this group of people, like everyone's just so welcoming, and just everyone wants you to see you succeed and whatnot. And it's just like a really like iron sharpens iron environment. Like we all want to win, whether it be in life and business. And it's just like a really great group of people just to be around with. And it's like, you just can't put a price on the energy and the connection that we have in this group. So it's really special.
Amen, man. And Trevor, I want to acknowledge your superpower, which is numbers. I mean, it's really being able to measure what matters inside of an organization and translate that over to like kind of like the entrepreneurial dashboard. So let me ask you, when did you at what point were you like, man, numbers is my thing? Because I got to tell you, like you're not just like you look at the meaning of numbers. You look at what called you to numbers originally.
So my dad's a CPA, so I gotta give him some props for the genes there. But yeah, just always in school, I was good at math. It came easy for me. Like I was like in the gifted, like only for math when I was growing up, and I just like it was just easy. I don't know. I just had like a language of numbers just came natural to me, and I was gonna be an accountant for a while. Like I'll do what my dad does, kind of be an accountant, a CPA. But then I came across what's called like actuarial science, which is a lot of like statistics, calculus, and actuaries price insurance. So they kind of like analyze the risk, like where like, how old you are, what's your risk as far as like different benefits for insurance, like life insurance, health insurance, car insurance, that kind of stuff. So it's kind of boring. Like it's kind of boring to talk about, but I always just had I always just love numbers, and it came easy for me. So I always enjoyed like stats, like sports numbers and stuff, like different, analytics and stuff was always up my alley. So I kind of just always like enjoyed it.
Awesome, Trev. And I'm going to share some stories on you in a little bit, man. One of my all-time favorite moments of Trev is he's like, hold on. And he pulls me over to the dry erase board and he starts busting out this math equation. And we're like getting into it. And he's pretty much like, and this is the meaning of life. And I'm looking at this giant math equation.
That was the anti-gravity technology stuff, right? Yeah. That's cool stuff.
But seriously, so
I can see that happening. I can totally see that.
Now, and Trevor, you are teaching a course on measuring what matters, breaking things down into breaking somebody's business down into quantifiable, measurable metrics, and then driving sales, right? And I think the keyword there is, what is it? What's the keyword there?
So there's something called OKRs. It stands for Objective Key Results. That's kind of like what you want to measure as far as like goal setting for your company, for yourself, for your team. It helps a lot to really like increase performance, increase, productivity, and of course profits and whatnot.
Cool. Excellent, man. Anthony, you got any comments on there before we pull the next person out?
I mean, all I have to say is I love Trevor. Trevor is everything that I am not. He's so phenomenally grounded. He is so, phenomenal at numbers. He's so organized. He's so meticulous. I'm the voice box a lot, right? I'm more of a front end guy. Trevor is everything that I wish I had on the back end, to be honest with you. He's amazing. And I think if people, get a deeper dive with him, they'll get to know really how incredible he is and how that he can help them.
Yeah,
Thank you, Anthony.
And honestly, those of you guys that are listening right now, your entire numbers and a lot of your life can be your entire business and a lot of your life can be boiled down to numbers. And if you're looking at the right ones, and you're focusing on what is actually going to make a difference, measuring what matters, it will drive your business forward into that next level, right? That's how we get a grip on what we're doing, and it's what steers the ship. So thank you, Trevor, for being such a remarkable contribution in the True Living Tribe.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah,
Mike. I can't see on, really?
No, you're gonna stay right there, man. We're gonna pull you. We're gonna stay right there.
Okay, cool.
Mike, I have to throw this in. My dad taught me when I was younger, if you treasure it, all right, then you have to measure it. All right, and that's literally what Trevor is. And by the way, I'm saying that on Treasure Island right now, right? St. Pete's Treasure Island. But that's true. If you treasure it, you have to be able to measure it.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely, man. I love that. If you treasure it, you got to be able to measure it. All right. So next. All right. So what are you thinking, Anthony? So there you are, right? You've got these numbers inside of business. And then maybe the next step that you take. So when you're sitting there measuring those numbers, what do you need? You need a
Me?
yeah. What's the next thing? Come on, I want question.
You want me to answer or you want the comments to answer?
I don't know. Whatever we want to do. What's your Anthony's?
This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that you need a good I'm thinking that you need a good website. Okay. I'm thinking that you need a good home base. All right. And you need that good, that good hub. And if it was up to me right now, I think what would make logical sense would bring Wonder Woman on. All right. There's Wonder Woman. There's Wonder Woman. AKA Karina Bardot.
All right. What's happening, Karina?
Oh my God. That was a surprise. I was just like, can they hear me laughing?
Yeah. We heard everything.
No warning. Part of the name of the game is keeping everybody in the back on their toes. They're all listening, right? They don't know when we're going to pull them up here. The next thing you know, you're just boom, and you're live. 13,000 people, right?
Oh my gosh.
So,
well, hey, guys.
Yes.
What's
Now, those of you guys who haven't had a chance to meet Karina, she's been on the show before. She is remarkable contribution in every business that she's helped. I think it's been quoted by "How do we keep this thing going without Karina?" I think is the general statement that I hear not only from this business, from other ones, but so Karina, honestly, you have an amazing eye when it comes to website development. You are able to translate what seems like it's in the ethers down to ground into reality and give it a homepage. For that, I am eternally grateful for. Give me an idea of what you saw inside of True Living, how you see it's impacting your world, the world at large, and where you see it going.
Oh, wow. Okay. Those are big questions. Let's see. Well, and that was 3 questions all at once.
Yeah.
That's a little inside joke. So let's see, where do I begin? I mean, True Living started where Trevor invited me and I joined and I was like, what is this? But I've been involved ever since. I talked to Tony the day after, and True Living has just been like my life for, I don't know, how long has it been? Like almost like 6 months, I guess. And, I just saw it as such a great opportunity to design our website. And I just want to bring awareness to the fact that this whole show right now is to launch our True Living Network, which is where we're all like 10 of us, including more people who will be joining, are going to be hosting workshops on what they are experts in. So you could literally take all of our expertise and become one expert of entrepreneurship. And that's like huge. So I teach website design and graphic design and pretty much anything marketing related, lots of copywriting, although we do have a copyright expert. I call her the Shakespeare of copywriting, who is coming up. But yeah, I love True Living. I love what we stand for. I don't think there's any business out there that's doing what we're doing. And I don't even like to call us a business, because really we're more of like an organization. But really we're just trying to help entrepreneurs get started, or even if they've already gotten started and they're, just hitting some roadblocks, we give them the ability to overcome those roadblocks. So I don't think there's anything more valuable, especially in a world like today, where everything is online. For me, I believe a beautiful online digital presence is one of the most important things for your business to grow. So come to my workshops, guys, every Friday at noon.
Yeah. And Karina's biggest thing here is to empower the entrepreneur to be able to edit and update their website. And, we have, Karina, one of the things that I think that's really powerful about what you do is that it's about empowering an entrepreneur to be efficient in that area.
I want people to be able, I want entrepreneurs to be able to update their website as easy as it is to update their social media.
Yes. Boom. Bomb drop.
Yeah, that's my goal. So that's what I teach. So I teach you to be able to build your website, update your website, make your thumbnails for YouTube, make your graphics for Instagram, design your pamphlets, like anything you need, all kinds of things like that. Write your own copy, write your own blog, stuff like that. But again, we have Allison to do that. But I'm mostly design. So yeah, every Friday at noon. Yeah.
Every Friday at noon. Yes. Okay. Now, Karina, I got to share with you, it is a superpower for you to be able to take that idea and synthesize it down, because there's nothing like that first time you have a website ever. And you're like looking at it and you're like, oh my gosh, this thing that I thought up is now living beyond me. And there I am. And what happens there often is there is this, I'm going to call it like when you have that birthing of a business, right? Or whatever level you're playing at, if you're playing a big enough game, you're bound to have breakdowns, right? And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's often a very good thing, because it means you're playing a big enough game. In other words, if you sit back and you're driving a motorcycle and you're on a really good motorcycle, if you crack back the gas and go fast enough, eventually you're either going to flip backwards or you got to ease off the gas, right? Well, that easing off the gas we call kind of like a breakdown. And I don't know, Karina, what do you think? I think we should bring out our breakdown mindset.
You want me to talk about? Oh, I thought you were going to talk about my breakdowns. Okay.
No. What do you think?
I can talk about my breakdowns if you want me to.
The show's not long enough. The show's not long enough.
Do you want to go alphabetically, or do you want to go?
And I am a yoga teacher, but I do have breakdowns. That's why I do yoga.
We call you a yoga marketing guru.
I'm the yogi marketing guru. All right, let's bring out Dr. Nancy.
Let's do it. All right, Dr. Nancy, what's going on?
Hey, Dr. Nancy. Woo!
All right, Nancy, how you doing tonight?
Oh, we can't hear you, Dr. Nancy.
That's okay. I got her covered. Wait,
okay.
Unmute. There we go. Oh, only you can unmute yourself there.
Nope.
Hold on. So if you take a look at your picture, unmute yourself. There we go.
Yay. All right. Woo.
Awesome.
I was saying, it's interesting. I came out when we're talking about breakdowns. I'm like, oh, okay, there's my role.
All right. So, Dr. Nancy, it's a real honor. I mean, I got to tell you that you are the original gangster inside of the True Living Tribe. You and I have been doing this for years now. I remember us hanging out with the two of us just inside of the wellness center that you have, the Awaken Health Wellness Center, with a core group of people, all kinds of different backgrounds there. And I've got to honor you. Some of my greatest breakthroughs have come from our conversations. One particular that I love, for those of you guys that, hold on here. For those of you guys, and can I share it, Nancy?
Sure. I don't know what you're going to share, but okay.
so one of my favorite breakthroughs that I've ever experienced was, I'm a creator. I'm constantly creating. My family comes from musicians. We own marketing agencies. We just create. And when there's a problem, the first thing that I do to relate to it is I go to create. And Dr. Nancy, I'll never forget you being there and being like, Mike, and I'm like, all right, well, let me see what I can create. And you're like, and I forget how you worded it, but you basically said, what's missing is this idea of being done. And the way that you worded things, was so beautiful, because I realized that if I'm creating something, it is by definition not done. And if I'm always trying to create because the problem is something isn't done, I'm never actually done. So that conversation really lunged me forward in the efforts of finalizing things. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. And it's kind of what's allowed us to finish anything around here. But so Nancy, given that you have a background as a psychotherapist and you've helped hundreds of people, thousands of people at this point, just through the True Living Tribe and the people that you serve, I think that one of the biggest misconceptions is that there needs to be a breakdown, because really what you do is about performance. Can you give us a little bit more about that and what that looks like for you?
Sure. Especially when it's connected to being in business, an entrepreneur, you're always taking it to the next level. And sometimes it's frustrating that you have this level in mind and you're not reaching it, and you're trying to figure out, what am I doing wrong? What am I not doing? What I am doing? So I love working with the True Living team, because everyone's looking at it from their angle of expertise. And so much more can get addressed that way. And I love that part of it. And for me, it's about communication, perception, interpreting. And my teaching is kind of to bring that forward, because as a therapist, I listen to what someone's saying, what they're not saying, what they're trying to say, what they're trying not to say. It's at all these different levels. And if you ask anyone, do you listen? Of course, they're going to say, yes, I listen. But there's so many different angles to the listening. And that really helps in communication overall, not just for yourself, but your business partners, your team, your family. I mean, it's just across the board. And being part of True Living causes this beautiful ripple effect in one's life, that not only do you start going forward more with ease, but everyone else around you also. It's incredible.
Yeah, thank you, Nancy. That is beautiful. And your workshop, right, which is about accessing happiness and peak performance. Can you give us a little bit? And also, I think you're sharing the secrets of listening there as well, right?
Yes. Yes.
Excellent. Can you share a little bit about what we can expect in that workshop?
Sure. So titling it for now, The Art of Listening, because that is so key to everything in life, communication. So we focus on increasing communication by being able to take a step back and really hear what you're hearing. Because often when we're listening, we're interpreting and we're judging and we're assessing, like we're doing all that and having an answer before the person is even done talking. So it's training yourself to take a step back and to really just sit with that information and to see how you'd like to go forward with it. It's something, the microwave is too slow if you use a microwave, so everything is being done so quickly that you'll find people answering your question before you're even done asking the question full. So that is a part of it. It's also understanding when someone is saying something that they might be holding back, or they might be explaining it in a way that they think you'll understand it. They're not coming true with themselves. So the wonderful thing about, even the staff here, I mean, we speak from our heart, and it's like, whoa, and this is in what we call business. I'm like, it's possible, but it's grown in leaps and bounds because we're communicating in such a genuine way. Mm-hmm. So I love with the workshops defining what is genuine, because we weren't taught really to be genuine. They don't really teach that in school. So I love to be able to delve into places that feel so beautiful yet foreign sometimes.
Yeah, beautiful, Nancy. And I think one of the biggest misconceptions, I think that there's layers of that, like we talk about peeling back the onion, and like there's layers of that level of communication. And you're right. Like listening is so foundational in that. And what I think happens is we all have this worldview of the way that the rights and wrongs, the moral conversation of what's going on in the world. And I think that to be able to clear that out, to be able to authentically connect to someone, and then from that authentic connection, be able to create and communicate is what separates real, true entrepreneurial leadership versus those people that look like they're leading but not headed in a direction that where the world and everyone around them improves.
Exactly.
So
perfectly said. Love it.
Excellent, Nancy. And so I'm super excited about your workshop. When's your workshop?
I'm sorry?
What day is your workshop?
I believe it's next Monday.
Excellent. Cool. So it's Mondays.
They're Wednesdays.
Oh,
Wednesdays.
That's
yeah,
great.
Wednesdays at 5:30.
Excellent.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah.
Got Monday stuck in my head.
Anthony, are you rolling in there?
Yeah, I just want to say, Dr. Nancy, I love Dr. Nancy so much. Just a quick personal testimonial. Many of you guys know that I'm healing from a bad car accident, and with that comes physical, mental, emotional. And Dr. Nancy has been there for myself and my family. She's fantastic, and she's second to none. So I definitely recommend her and all her content. Much love.
Yes. Excellent. All right. Well, so what happens here, right? And you know who we're going to pull on? All right. So there you are. You're an entrepreneur. You've got an incredible team. You're beginning to grow your team. And now it's like, okay, I really want to bring myself to the next level. Not just me, but it's really about my business and creating a system and determining how that system is going to go into the world, right? This is not the financial system, although that's part of it, right? This is how am I going to bring the system into the world, which requires a business strategy and requires a business model. And there is nobody that is better than creating that than ours truly, Felicia. Are you ready? Hey, there she is.
Hey.
What's happening? So, Felicia, I got to tell you one of the things.
Get the party.
It's a party. Felicia, outside of you being phenomenal at what you do, which is helping businesses really create an awesome, rock solid business plan, I got to share with you, your energy is always awesome. Your energy is always awesome.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, I'm here with Greg.
I agree.
Oh, thank you. So I am so excited to be here because, I think even for myself, I was thinking when you think about business plan, we're always thinking about the semantics, the very, everybody has a business plan template. Everybody goes, okay, so who's your customer? What's your product? What's your service? And really what I've learned even here, because it's so natural for the True Living tribe to express, is that, how you show up for yourself in your business. We don't usually think about that, but that is so key. Right? Like your integrity, your congruence, what you say you're going to do, and then really doing it, but having more than motivation, it's just within you to understand that your behaviors, your actions have to match your thoughts. And when that happens and you do that in your business and your life, you have success after success after success. And ultimately, I want you to have an incredible business plan that sets you up for success, right? But it really takes you showing up with your true self, your integrity, being congruent in order to make it happen. And so I love that in this community, you have support and everyone has that same authentic, holistic vibe and feeling and approach about making it happen. So it's not always about, the tangible thing that you touch. That's the most significant thing for success. It truly is, about something more than that. And when you're connected and you believe, what you're doing is important and what you're sharing with the world, from a place, right? From the place, Michael, like you said, from your personal experience, then all you can do is just be successful. And having all of these phenomenal people to help you along the way, each one giving you support, each one having special classes and courses, each one hand-holding and then guiding you, not just giving you a fish, right? Like Karina said, she wants to teach you. So teaching you how to fish. So you're really always in control with what you want to do, what you dream to do. And I always say imagine bigger, right? And I think that here you can imagine bigger and know that you're not alone.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Amen.
Amen. And
that was great, Felicia.
I love it.
So many times people have these big dreams and they feel like no one will understand them and they feel like people will call them crazy for dreaming that big. But this is the team that dreams the biggest, and we will never judge you for how big your dreams are. And we have people in place who know how to get you to that level.
Yep.
So that's huge.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Felicia. That was beautiful.
That's how I feel. Honestly, love it. Love you guys.
We love you too. Oh man,
love you
Felicia.
too.
And one of the things I want to acknowledge you for, Felicia, is being a remarkable contribution in the world. I know that you've worked with all kinds. I know that you've worked on projects that have removed drug dealers from parks. You've helped all kinds of businesses launch. And that goes for every single one of you guys that are on these calls. I know that each one of you guys have all these projects that you're doing that are impacting the world. So it's really an honor to be on the call with you guys.
Thanks. I think about that differently too, right? I have a meeting tomorrow with someone who's who has a school, right? And we have someone in our group who has a school all the way in Kenya, which is amazing. And this is a small private school that is within a community, and it's set up to mirror the community. So can you imagine having a teacher that grew up in the community, that knows about the plight of the people there, who really wants to give back and serve, but most people think, oh my gosh, that's a business model that's going to fail. And what is it that you have this person that says, no, it's not? But what she did say was, I don't know that I have everything that I need in order to run it like a business. So where is she going? To True Living, because now she can be empowered, right, with everything that she needs to strengthen her business model and do really what her purpose is, right? And that is to educate our children for tomorrow. So that's the phenomenal thing that I think happens here every single day.
Yeah.
So where you at?
Felicia, I
love it.
I love that.
I love it.
I love your, like, now we got Wonder Woman, but Felicia, you are the ultimate grandmother as well. I mean, you're out there. I love it. We could hear when you first tuned in. We hear the kids in the background. You're over there taking care of the kids. I love it. You guys are.
I am a grandma. I would love it if my grandkids
I'm
grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm grandma.
I'm going to tell you, on the first call, Felicia said she was a grandma. I thought she was 32. And I thought she was officially the youngest grandma of all time. I'm still not buying it, by the way.
Shut up. No, you're not.
I thought she was younger than me. I'm 27. I thought she was younger than me.
I thought she was younger than you, too.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Oh, my
glad.
God. I love you guys. I love you guys. Now, Felicia, it's so great having you here.
Thank you.
All right. I've got to pull on. Yeah.
Mike, I just want to chime in. Felicia, you bring a certain, magnetism and a presence here. And I've been in the SBA world. Probably my fourth mentor was a gentleman who was very big with SBA in a university down south in New Jersey. And he was tremendous. He was tremendous with me. And he helped me get on stage at the casinos and a lot of places. And I got to say, you bring that to this organization. People need to understand that. People need to know that. And you have an experience and a resume that's like second to none, in that space. And a lot of people are just starting off and they have startups and they don't know what to do. And you can definitely help them navigate, to where they want to be, so to speak. So, wonderful addition.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, thank you. Yes. So my classes are on Mondays at 12 noon, and definitely helping business owners create capital action plans so that they can, get funding to support their growth or to support their start. I mean, a lot of times people say there's no money for startups, but it depends on what type of business you have. And definitely, if there's money that we can find, I'm going to help you find it. We're going to get that.
Yes,
So,
you
yes.
are. All right. Now I've got it. I love that, Felicia. I can't. All right. We got to keep the shows going on. I could spend like hours with every single one of you guys. You know that. So I love it. All right. So now we've still got many people in the hopper here. We got another two we're going to pull out. The next one we're pulling out here is a phenomenal copywriter. Now, one of the things that takes place, right, is when you have these ideas and you start breaking it down into copy, there is, how we relate to the brain is through language, right? So when you have somebody that's able to write copy, not only copy that sells, but copy that converts to a higher quality of life within the mind, it's worth holding on to this person, keeping them near and dear, and allowing them to structure the language of your business in the market. And I don't know anybody that's doing that as well as Allison. Allison, what's happening? I'm gonna get you to unmute yourself. And what's up?
I'm not that much, just chilling. How's it going?
So, Allison, you are a new member of the team. But something attracted you to True Living. What has you coming and hanging around?
Yeah, well, if anybody knows me, they know that I value authenticity more than anything. And that is something that aligns with this group more than anything. Like, I never want to go out and pretend to be somebody I'm not. And I can tell you that nobody here does that either. Nobody here is wearing a mask or anything like that. The way we're acting right now is how we act all the time. Along with that, I operate my own businesses through genuineness and then using my skills to help people achieve all their business needs. And that is something that True Living does too. So when I got the opportunity to partner with you guys, I hopped on it like that.
Well, it's so good having you here. You know, I got to share you, and it's oddly enough, you had wrote an article about the use of psilocybin mushrooms, which is like magical mushrooms. And one of the things that I think, so talk about a touchy subject, right? I mean, I realize that you specialize in helping holistic businesses, therapists, chiropractors, you really do come at, in a very interesting community because one of the things I think that one of the breakdowns that I think that occurs inside of the holistic domain is you have these really big concepts and then you break them all the way down to like these little pieces where they're digestible, they're actionable. What I love most is that you didn't try to force an opinion on anybody. It was much more of a scientifically driven, but holistic minded article. Let me ask you, is there any, like, personally, so you're doing all that kind of writing, what is it that you personally like to write about yourself?
I like to write about personal growth. I like to write about alternative health. Sometimes I'll just do like little journals just for fun, and sometimes I post them and sometimes I don't. But yeah, I've honestly been experimenting with a lot lately. The past couple blogs that I've written for people have been topics that I wasn't familiar with so much, but I still had a great time writing about it and learning about it. So it's a pretty wide spectrum.
I love it. And you, not only do you write blogs, but you write email sequences, you do funnel copies, you do website pages. I mean, you really are a thoroughbred copywriter. What originally attracted you to the like copy in and of itself? Like at what point were you like, words are my thing?
I've always enjoyed writing. Like I enjoyed journaling and things like that. When I was younger, I didn't think that I could make money writing, and I didn't think it was something I could do for a living. It wasn't until like after working in like corporate for a while that I was like, wow, I hate this. I want to do anything but this, that I was like, maybe it's time that I actually like just do something I enjoy and try to make something of it. So I actually started out blogging, and then through that, I like learning how to rank my own blog. I learned about copywriting, and I learned that I could actually do this for other people and help them as well. So that's kind of my journey with that.
And not just do that with other people, but be very successful at it. I mean, you're like, I think you're some of the top performing copy. We got Anthony on there. So now I love that. And I think one of the things that, so Allison, when is your copy class and what can people expect?
My copy class is on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Central, I believe. And then the first class we're doing is I am going to just teach like an intro to copy, like what it is, how it helps your business, and why it's absolutely essential. I may also do some classes about how to write a perfect blog based on feedback, but yep, that's what we're going to learn about.
Right. All right. And when is that class? When are you teaching it?
Tuesday at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Nice. I know I'm going to be checking it out, and everyone here that's listening needs to come check it out because your business lives in the language, right?
Absolutely.
So awesome, Allison. It is an honor to have you here. Okay. Now, without further ado, we're going to pull out Twee. For those of you guys, I'd love to see you guys are checking in from the Spiritual Entrepreneur Hangout. Twee is the founder of that. She grew it over 7,000 members. And one of the things, all right, so to give you some context around Twee outside of her MBA, and she'll share a little bit of what she does. Twee is the ultimate money manifester, right? It is all about manifesting money. And I'm going to let her share a little bit about how you can manifest money. It is with a great honor to welcome Twee out. Twee, what's up?
Hi. Thanks for having me. I love this team. Love it. Oh my goodness. Where do I start? I'm new to the team, right? It's probably been maybe a month when I met Trevor and Michael, and all of a sudden, like, my conversation with Michael just went, you know, you could be a facilitator. Okay. and I, you know, I don't know that I shared the story with the whole team, but like right before they showed up in my world, I said, I don't want to do my business alone anymore. I want a whole team, and bam, they showed up. Right. So manifested. And I love it, you know, because and then Mike showing me all the back end of the True Living Facilitator. Perfect. I didn't want to build a whole structure. It's all here for me. So it's awesome. I just, yeah. Were you saying something?
Wait, because you got to understand, like, Twee is the ultimate manifester, and there's times when you're manifesting, and then there's times when you're being manifested, right? And the conversation with Twee was like, yeah, what's going on? And we just like hit it off. We're like bouncing things back and forth, and like I showed her the whole thing, and she's like, okay, how can I help? Well, all right, what's my next step? And I was just like awestruck, because normally there's these hurdles and these, you know, stairs, and you just manifested, Twee. So kudos to you for making it happen.
That, you know, and it's, well, okay, so where I came from was this ultimate control freak, right? Like, it was in my title. I was an assistant controller for like a multi-million-dollar corporation, right? And I controlled everything. And when I hated that job, and when I hated it, and I was praying, I'm like, please get me out of here. And next thing you know, manifested like, you know, a severance, right? They're like, oh, we're downsizing. I'm like, great. You know, they just paid me a chunk of money to leave, you know? It was awesome. But it's funny, because even going into that career, I was like, oh, in 10 years, I'm going to retire from this place, right? I wasn't super clear in the retirement. I guess it looked like a severance, but I was done anyways, you know? But yeah, so just, and as a controller with my MBA in accounting and all that stuff, it's like, you know, I had to learn the money aspect and go through all the money. So money mindset, money stories. You know, I grew up in I can't even say it because it's so far away, but food stamps and stuff like that. You know, and so I had to look at all the beliefs that came in, all the beliefs that I held, all the beliefs that I inherited, all the beliefs from my like culture. You know, you got to work hard, you got this, you got that. And, you know, I tell the story all the time. Like, when I first read the book, The Secret, I nearly tossed it across the room, because I'm like, this is crap. You can't just think things and it appears. And the next thing you know, I'm thinking things and it appears, you know, like, and I, you know, and one of the things I'll be teaching in the workshop is like, let's find fun ways to bring money and clients into your business, right? Because like, one of the very first things I shifted in my mindset was, you know, I remember sitting at that, you know, the last job and the last career and whatever. And we're at like a cruise, and everyone at my table is winning stuff. And I'm like, I never win anything. And then one day I woke up and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to start winning things. That's just how it's going to be. I'm going to be someone who wins stuff. And fast forward, last year I won $40,000 on the radio, right? So the idea that you have to work hard for money, yeah, you're going to have like great, like, and like soulful, and like you're gonna feel so great to be in service, and that's a powerful way to bring money. But what if you opened up your world to money coming in all different other ways too, right? And that's what I really want to help people get to, is because like, if you are a control freak and you think that you're the only one who can make money, then you're not allowing for the beauty of the universe to come and help assist you, right? So it's like really taking you from that side of the polar spectrum to this side, and then taking you back to the middle to show that not only can you make money yourself, but you can allow the universe to help you, right? And so like, you know, and, you know, the laundry list of things that I've manifested, like a free Mercedes and you know, and just, it's been amazing. And down to, you know, my husband and I, we decided, we just got married a year ago, and we decided that we wanted a baby. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm 41 and you want to have a baby? You know what? I don't care. I may be old, but I could do it. And literally within 3 months I got pregnant. Right. So literally there's so many ways to shift our mindsets by looking at the conversations that we have in our head, and like, start pulling it out and then start shifting it. So that's what I do in my workshops.
Yeah, Twin, love it. You know, one of the things I got to share with you that was
Love
a
it.
total shift in the way that you view the world, right? Is like looking at things and saying, well, you know, there's manifesting, and I think that when people think about manifesting, there's almost like this level of work that goes to it. You know, like, oh, well, there's a bunch, but one of the things that you've kind of spoken about that you tap into that I'm sure you'll speak more about in the workshop is looking at what you're currently manifesting. You know, like looking and saying, you know, all right, well, there's this idea that there's an action that you got to go do, but what do you actually have now that you have available to you right now? You know, where is that path of least resistance? And I think that that's something that I'm really excited to listen to more of, get your perspective inside of the workshops. Now, Twee, when are you teaching those workshops? What day of the week?
Every other Monday, starting next Monday.
All right. What time?
Awesome.
2 o'clock my time, 5 o'clock Eastern.
Okay, great. Excellent. So now, awesome. Now that I got everybody out here, there's nobody else in the base. Is anybody hiding? Sometimes there's so many of you. It's like I feel like I'm luring everybody into the car. You know what I mean? All right, wait, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there anybody missing? All right, we gotta go.
You have to talk about Anthony's workshops.
Yes, that's right. We haven't talked about Anthony. Anthony Dreammaker Doty, our all-time sales hero. To give Anthony accolades outside of being the right-hand man for many professionals, actors and rock stars or movie stars, whatever. One of the things I say, Anthony, that really gives you context is just this astounding success that you had in the sales industry. Can you share a little bit about that, what that looks like? Can you give us a secret or two, something we can look forward to inside of your workshop?
Absolutely. Can you all hear me okay?
Yes. You sound like you're at a roller rink, though.
I'm not at a roller rink. There's no roller derby tonight. It's just the ocean, and there's a little bit of music in the background. But basically, thank you. And I really want to touch base on what Twee said to tie this into what you just asked, Mike. You know, Twee was talking about, manifestation, right? And obviously, books like The Secret, Rhonda Burns' book, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, these amazing books, are all about really the law of attraction, right? And Dr. Wayne Dyer piggybacked on that, and he said, you don't attract necessarily what you want, you attract what you are, right? With the vibration, right? And that's why meditation and things like that, are just so key and instrumental, and manifestation and guided meditation. Anyway, with all that being said, I just want to tell you today, the reason why my wife and I are up here, we're northwest from where we live. We live down by Fort Lauderdale in southern Florida, between Fort Lauderdale and Miami. And we're up here today because 3 years ago when I got in this bad accident, we were looking at different devices that would help with EMF, right? And we were looking at these companies, and there was one gentleman that pioneered the entire industry. And I thought, man, if I can somehow reach that guy. But I was too sick to try to navigate using my connections. I couldn't really get on the phone or anything like that. I was in bed primarily. Do you know today, all right? So again, this ties back into what Twee just said. Today, I actually had a meeting with that gentleman, right? The president, the founder of a company called Defender Shield. Furthermore, he brought his good buddy, Dr. Jart, who has one of the largest brain clinics on the West Coast, who just became a best-selling author with a book with Joe Dispenza. We all know Joe Dispenza. He's a legend in this space, and Dr. Bruce Lipton. And I was with these guys today, having lunch, and they're talking about how they're going to help me, which I'm so grateful for. And I'm going to pay it forward and get them publicity and bring them here and there and everywhere to whatever I can. And it was just that initial conversation where they were just serving, and, and I was, just again, paying it forward. But I have to tie that back in. When my wife and I left that meeting with our good buddy, Dr. Roy Falkenberg, we were talking about, wow, we literally spoke about that. I was so sick, I was barely able to get the company out, and I had my wife looking at the email 3 years ago. And I've been on their email list forever. I did not even realize I was having a meeting with these guys because I was helping my buddy, Dr. Rory, and Diamond Dallas Page, the wrestler, the whole family, the Faulkner family, out with something else. Little did I know I was stepping into a meeting with these people that I dreamed 3 years ago. So you want to talk about the law of attraction and manifestation? It is alive and well. It truly, truly is, And I always say this, that, life's a mirror, you get what you project. Life's a mirror, you get what you project. And this ties into sales, because sales to me is not, sales is whatever, right? It's really about sharing, right? It's about sharing information. It's about helping. It's about serving, right? It's about enriching and touching other people's lives. And yes, there's the old sayings, people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. But at the end of the day, right, there has got to be rapport there. You know, and people have told me before, hey, you can sell ice to an Eskimo and, things like that. I don't really love those sayings too much because I always respond back, well, why would I sell ice to an Eskimo? I would sell them a heater, right? I would sell them something that they need. And then I'd help out everyone else that needed a heater. Okay. And then I would share with them the idea, hey, do you know anyone that lives in Hawaii or Florida or like a warmer climate that may need ice? So my whole approach, I don't even use the word sales, to be honest with you, 99% of the time. It's always about sharing. It's about helping. It's like what Jim Rome said, that, if you help enough people get what they want, you will always get what you want. And it goes back to the other quote, that a candle never loses any of its flame while lighting another candle. And so what I teach and what I share, I have the privilege of, teaching and working with thousands of people, everyday people like myself to, many top physicians, to Olympic gold medalists, people in Hollywood and so forth. At the end of the day, we all have a gift and we're all a genius in 1, 2, maybe 3 things, right? But at the very least one, right? And if you can find an industry, okay, that you love and that you're pretty good at in regards to sharing information, and you just have a marketing plan and the team that we just spoke about, you can do extremely well. It's like what Gary Vee says. Gary Vee says, everyone has to stop trying to get everything down about what they suck at and quadruple down on what they're good at. And that's all I do. I help people with what they're good at. I help people to get person A to person B. We talk about this a lot. Simon Sinek wrote a book called It Starts With Why, but I believe it starts with what? I believe it's fueled by your why, right? That's your life purpose. That's what's going to get you out of bed when the day's hard, right? When times are tough. But at the end of the day, it happens with how, but the how comes with the who, right? And if you can get that right person and that right mentor that has already walked that walk, like the footsteps I'm walking in right now on this beach at this moment, well, then it's very simple. Then you can have foresight that's 2020 rather than hindsight that's 2020. And I teach people conversational communications, which bump people forward. And you can call it sales, really whatever you want. But at the end of the day, I teach communication in every walk of life.
Whoa, yeah. And to tie this in with now, Anthony, outside of you being a phenomenal human being, and I say that all the time, I gotta come up with like a different way to relate to things. Phenomenal human being. I say that shit. Like, how many times have you guys heard me say that? I just look. Like, it's like, what do you do when somebody leaves you speechless or wordless? It's like you just keep harping on the same words. And I think Anthony, and I think I speak for Anthony. Now, Anthony, when is your class being taught?
I'm pretty sure it's Fridays at 12, but Karina will validate that. Karina?
No, it's Saturdays between 1 and 2 Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, that's what I said. No, I'm kidding. Yes, Saturdays between Saturdays.
Every Saturday.
Yeah.
Every Saturday.
All right, so Anthony, I love your energy, man, and you are an incredible human being. And not only are you incredible at sales and enrollment and the whole 9 yards and connecting people, but you're also a public speaker, and you've supported many people and continue to support many people in creating that journey onto stage and speaking their authentic truth.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that.
It's really great to have every single one of you guys here.
Mike, what about your workshops?
That's what I was going to say.
So guys, I'm speaking to the audience here, right? This is why you have to have a dream team, because no matter how big of a game you're playing, you always got to have somebody to look there for your blind spots, to consider yourself, right? I mean, one of the things that we talk about here is listening for what's going to make a difference in people's lives, right? And when, like, I want you as whoever you are, wherever you are right now, I want you to just consider where you're heading, right? Like, literally look into your future and consider where it is that you're heading. Like, where are you headed? What is your goal? What is your mission? And now I want you to imagine how much faster that would go, how much quicker that would go if you had surrounded yourself with a team of people, like the incredible people that are on this call, who are listening for what's going to make the biggest difference inside of your life, inside of your business, selflessly, in a contributive way. Not listening for what it means for their success, but listening for what it means for your success. Now, if you think about a group of people like that, it's almost as if you don't even need to consider yourself at that point. And that's exactly what you just saw. I would have just hopped off of here, not even sharing the workshop that I'm hosting, but you guys are all listening for my success. And that's what allows me to be free to not think about it, because it's a blind spot for me at times, and listen for your success. So thank you so much for sharing that, Karina. Okay, so I am teaching Thursdays at noon Eastern Standard. I'm muting Anthony here. I'm teaching Thursdays noon Eastern Standard. It's entrepreneurial lifestyle leadership, right? It's the leadership lifestyle, I think, is what we've decided to title it. We may tweak it a little bit, right? It's really about growing a team. It's about being able to understand how it is that your brain works related to conversation, so that you could get up every morning and take the action that's required for you to transform the world. But what I want to do is I want to ask you guys, because I think that the particular class that I'm teaching, it's for facilitators, it's for coaches, it's for consultants, it's for entrepreneurs, it's for all kinds of walks of life. But let me ask you something. For those of you guys that have attended, some of you guys are on this call, what do you feel, what am I teaching? Because I don't know that it falls in any old category, right? Like, honestly, I would argue. Yeah, go ahead, Anthony. I'd love to hear it.
Please.
You guys want to popcorn it for me.
Please, just real quick, folks, everyone that's listening, honestly, I know we're not to compare people. I get told this all the time in every industry, books, movies, and so forth. But imagine you can have Tony Robbins back in 1988, before the world knew Tony Robbins was Tony Robbins, and he charged $1 million and 10% of the upswing of your business to converse with him. That's what you have with Mike Peluso. I kid you not, no hype, no nothing. I've been privileged to be around the best in the world at what they do. Mike is, I believe, the best at what he does when it comes down to in-person neurosomatic stuff and facilitation when he's not in person, and the ability to really get down into someone's psyche, right, tie in neural connections and pathways and things like that to realize scotomas and blocks that are blocking you, things that are limiting you rather than serving, and helping you to remove, right, and then reframe and then anchor in a belief that you want to go ahead and, and hold dear and move forward. Mike, to me, has been, incredible, to say the least. My life has gotten much better, thank God, much better since I started working with him at the end of January. And because of that, other people's lives as well, too. So he's the ripple that comes from the first rock that's thrown. So that's my perspective of Mike.
Thanks, Anthony. So those of you guys that have been in the workshop, what are your thoughts on it? I mean, it's a very unique conversation, isn't it?
Well, I do want to say that I have titled your workshop Leadership Lifestyle, because I think that's really what you end up teaching, is how to be a leader, and how to to be a leader is you have to think about everything involved, and come up with a plan to structure it, and to also bring that energy across so that people can feel comfortable, and you really have to know how to amp people up. So you have to work up your own energy. And when you feel depleted, you still have to work up your own energy, So it's really a skill, to learn how to be a leader. You don't just get that. So I think that's what you teach, Mike, from my perspective.
Cool. Alicia, go ahead.
So, I like that title, Karina, but I see you as, you're a leader. But when people think of leadership, like when you think of a CEO or you think of a CFO, I think that people think of someone who definitely has expertise in what they're doing, but they don't think about that CEO or CFO as considering what that person needs, the person, right? Not just what the employee or the person with the title or the division leader needs, but what does the person need to be true to themselves and to excel in excellence in every area of their life: health, finances, mindset. And so when you are teaching leadership, you're teaching people how to be whole and complete in not only their field, but in all of these other areas of their lives. And you're not doing it from a way that you're looking at them with judgment. You allow them to really honor themselves and think about where they are. And then you help them create that path with your mind. Like sometimes you say things and I'm like, I don't think I get it. Okay, I got it. It'll click for me later. Yeah, I'll have like an aha moment. I'll be like, I feel I'm an intelligent person. I'm an intelligent person, but sometimes I'm like, oh wow, he's going deep. All right, let me get ready for this. But in your going deep, you're also very concerned that we get you, that we get it. And so what I'm saying to you is that you're a very giving person. You're a giver, and you give, energy. You give your knowledge. You give your time. You give it without taking, and your impact is tremendous. And like Tony says, like that ripple effect. Yes, but you impact people immediately, and then it just keeps going. So I think that leadership from modeling perspective, and then also from a very, from everything else that you're teaching, it's pretty deep and dope, by the way.
I love it. I love it. I think,
Awesome.
I think, you know what, I think that's kind of what it is. I guess, what we talk about, so that people can understand some context, right? So the way that the brain works is through language. It's through language. You relate to yourself through language. And I think what we do, I think that there's a very special conversation that takes place, right? The conversation with yourself, the conversation with other, and then the conversation of who you are in the community. And I think that when you learn that you have the power to have any conversation that you choose, and you love people, and your success lives in their success, I think that that's a contagious idea. And I think that what we've got here, and thank you guys for sharing that with me, because it almost like rekindles and brings alive to me what it is that I'm teaching, and what it is that we're sharing, and what it is that we're sharing here collectively. And it's that conversation is possible. It's possible at any time. It's possible in any environment. And it's as possible as and real and tangible as wherever each one of you are sitting inside of your seat. And it is a conversation of gratitude. It's a conversation of being present to how absolutely amazing somebody is, so I'm present right now to a group of absolutely phenomenal human beings on this show with me. You guys are absolutely amazing. Did I say phenomenal again? Is that what I'm getting? You guys.
Yeah, we're going to get you with the source. Don't worry.
Go ahead, Trevor.
Get Trevor in there. Trevor.
I want to throw in a quick little share. So this guy right here is incredible. Michael, he's incredible. I just want to say, I went through like 4 years of Penn State College of Business, College of Business, and I've learned more from this guy in less than a year than I learned throughout all of my schooling. I mean, you want to talk about business, talk about life, talk about health, talk about mindset, even like spiritual wisdom. I mean, he has it all. So definitely, his class is like a college class. So, show up on Thursdays. It's what, like $50 a month right now? And you get all these classes. I mean, it's crazy, but I think even his class is well worth that price. So that's my little pitch.
Thanks, Trevor. I love you, man. I love you guys.
I love it. I gotta say, just to piggyback off that, what we're doing right here is unlike anything I've ever seen, where we're doing live Q&A workshops. So you get to work with all of us. Like you get to learn from us and then ask us questions. So you could literally tune in every week and like do our homework and flow through the process of building your dream. Mm-hmm. So like it's just priceless. And if you're wanting to get a membership for it, you can go to truelivingnetwork.com. And it's right under the True Living Network tab. And then you'll see what all of us teach and more of the specifics about what we're teaching. You can also go to the team page where you'll get the full scope. So yeah, it's something that is just priceless, and we have it marked down to a price that is like ridiculous for what we're offering.
It's not going to be there for long, Karina.
It's not going to be there for long. So
it's not. So if you guys are thinking about it, you owe it to yourself to do that. Listen, where you're sitting right now, it's palpable. The energy on here, you just can't fake. You just can't fake it, right? It's authentic, it's real, it's tangible. And I just want to bring you back to that this energy, not only is it contagious, not only is it learnable, not only can you access it at any time, but what would it be like if you were there around the dinner table with your family like this? If you're there at the conference room, like this is the kind of energy that transforms the world. I think, it really is. It's bringing this kind of energy to your life, and it's there when you love the people that you're working with, right? And that is the magic ingredient. And the thing about that is that it's not necessarily about changing who you are. It is not about changing who you are. It's about accessing more of who you are. It's about removing what is not you so that who you are can shine through. And that is a very unique conversation. That is one that is not in politics. That's a conversation that's not on the media. That's a conversation that is a unique conversation. And we've combined the educational process of understanding that with yourself, understanding that with others, understanding that with that in the community. And you will get it by osmosis by being part of the conversation. So you owe it to yourself to register, to go in there, check it out, show up at every person's workshop that's on this call. You owe it to yourself, not just for yourself, but for your family and for your business. Show up at the workshops, absorb the information, ask questions, get involved. Ask the people on these calls, what makes you tick? What are you thinking about? Because these guys here are going to transform your life because they are literally beacons. They are the stars. You guys check out the background. They're the stars in the universe. It's a universe of stars. And what I promise is you have a unique twinkle. You have a unique superpower. You have a unique ability. And you owe it to yourself to get all the way down to what it is. Because when you do, and when you can define it, you'll be able to be up here with a group of people that you've assembled that's bringing your mission into the world and transforming other people's lives. And that is our mission. And that's what we're looking to give you. So I feel pretty complete. I mean, should we share? What do you guys want to formally invite everybody to this Wednesday's mastermind? Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think? All right. So the offer is open. Any one of you guys want to join us this Wednesday at our True Living call? It's 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Karina, the registration's on the website as well, isn't it?
Registration's on the website. So I really recommend that you go check out the website. Also, if you want to see the whole night sky, check out our website. And yeah, so you can register under Tribe. There is a join the tribe link and you can register right there. And then also, I think I said it's under the network, but it's the True Living Network is under the workshops tab, just so you know.
Excellent.
Workshop.
Excellent. So do you guys have any closing statements that we want to bring out? What do you think? Any Yoda like wisdom?
Also, we are hosting a masterclass. Which is coming up pretty soon with NLP and hypnosis expert Doug O'Brien, as well as Len Davies, who is also doing a workshop every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's about creating amazing video content. So if you're, looking to show up in the world as like a YouTuber or just someone who is an expert in something, you do need to know how to create quality videos and write your script and show it powerfully for that. So that's what Len is teaching every Sunday at 8. And also he's doing a masterclass with Doug O'Brien. Doug O'Brien worked side by side with Tony Robbins. So yeah, that's a lot of hypnosis, neuro-linguistic programming. So that whole masterclass is going to be about the subconscious storytelling, how you can work with subconscious storytelling in order to, get your own unique story out to the world, and have it be successful. So that is, you can register for that under the masterclass tab.
We should have those links right put up. I'm sharing this to my watch party. I have all kinds of people, like sending me messages and wanting to sign up right away. So all I can say is, guys, I'm going to put all of these links in after this watch party ends to help you navigate and join today. But I do thank you and appreciate you guys for tuning in. So
we love you guys. And just there are so many more people that this is the core team, and there's some of our core, so not all our core team is here, right? We're missing people,
right.
but there's a lot of other people here, and if you're listening right now, you owe it to yourself to become that star. You should be on this show right now. So get yourself involved,
Right.
Come and join us, because our success lives in your success and you're somebody in our universe. right? You're missing
Can I
from
say
this
what-
page.
Can I say one more thing that is
Sure.
also really exciting? Okay, so we have a visionary course that is going to be coming up. We're not exactly sure when we're starting that yet, but stay tuned for that. The visionary course is going to be where we have all of us working on bringing you through a course, a formula to grow your business, to start your business, to launch it, to make it successful. So you get to work with us in a strategy. And that is just huge. So pretty much it's like a coaching program, but you would get to work with 10 or more coaches for the price of one.
It's a whole entrepreneurial journey, right? It's like that your entrepreneurial journey, what that would look like, and then be able to
No
have an
relation.
expert.
Stop it. That's
we have so many cool things. We have so many.
That's in the vault.
We have so many cool things about to happen.
If you guys want to learn more about what it is that we're doing, you owe it yourself to get involved. Go to our True Living Tribe Facebook page, sign up. You're going to get up to date everything there. You'll get value bombs from all these amazing leaders. And we wouldn't be able to end the show unless we ended the show. What do you guys think? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Live true. You guys have a beautiful night. We love you all.
The greatest
Bye
transformational
for now.
experience in the world.